Hello.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm
How's
all
your
right. I'm all right.
Or how's your day
Well, I
going?
think
Which one?
it's going well. It's going well, thank God. How's yours going?
Very well as well.
All right. So I think we know what we say. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Danfo Stories or Danfo Diaries. This is episode 2, and we have really interesting stories today. One major one actually, and then another one. So yeah, my name is Toby Daniels, as always. Superman with slim muscles and no cape. And with me is
Hey, Koi. Hi guys. Hi everyone.
okay, so let's get into it.
Uh-huh. What did you say?
You're doing the reading. I said you're doing the reading. Let's get into it.
Okay. So let's get into it. This one is called Danfo Ride from Hell by Dre. Ooh. Okay. So I'm going to start reading now. Just imagine setting out for a long trip in your favorite white shirt, not knowing you are in for a colorful day. I needed to board 3 buses where I was. I needed to board 3 buses, and there I was on the first, squeezed in the back like pack of sardines. Then the only airway of oxygen was blocked by the next passenger with the body odor of a man who has never seen deodorant. Started the journey with the Danfo's energy screaming in my ear Started the journey with the Danfo's engine screaming in my ears as drivers usually have their engines at the back. I was just praying this thing doesn't explode. I'm not ready to die. So as passengers were alighting the bus, I'm so sorry, I'm just...
No, I think it's the writer. The writer didn't punctuate really good. So this happens to me when punctuation is like off. It throws me off.
Alighting the bus. Okay. Became a little free, but as you know, Danfo drivers always see space as an opportunity for money. Then we approached mile 12. Then I knew it's about to go down. In Kevin Hart's voice, there was a series of market women lined up with bought goods. I wouldn't call it fresh because it didn't smell like it. All sorts of tomato, fish, fruits, and others were forced in the back by a conductor that doesn't fear God. Pushing, pressing, and roping the goods as to avoid calamities while the bus is in motion. Seated next to me was a market woman who visibly hasn't had her bath, and she smelled like it. Must have been terrible. At this point, my Axe body spray was outnumbered in that bus, and I was so irritated. Luckily enough, I had reached the junction for my departure. I jumped out of the bus, oblivious to the sharp metals I was bruised. Oblivious to the sharp metals, I was bruised quite nicely. Just for me to hear, sorry, oh fine boy, from the conductor with his yellow teeth. As if that wasn't enough, I waited under what is called the Sunday 2 o'clock, making me sweat like a laborer who is mixing cement. Almost 30 minutes later, I found the right bus and jumped on it before I realized the bus fare was overpriced. But at this point, it was a sacrifice I was willing to pay. It was slightly better with the fewer passengers, but little did I know this was the bus of unfortunate beings. It just keeps getting worse. Firstly, the driver decided that it was a good time to get the bus fueled up, and as at the time there was fuel scarcity, we were greeted by a line of cars so long I might just grow old there. Then the mechanic seated beside me saw it as a good opportunity to eat with his oiled up hands. Never in my life have I seen a man snack on pineapple with such Ignoring the fact that his fingers were covered in dirt, he took large bites bites that produced pineapple juice all over his face, fingers, and clothes. I looked away in sort. Even me, I feel I can feel the horror here. I looked away in such horror and tried not to make my reaction noticeable. Finally, getting to the petrol station and having the bus filled up, I thanked God, like the Israelites delivered from Pharaoh's army. Then 10 minutes into the journey, the bus started to lose speed and noticed the reaction of the driver. This wasn't his doing. He maneuvered the bus to the side of the road to investigate the engine, which was releasing so much smoke. It was a clear sign that It was a clear sign that either today no be my day or my village people are after me. All passengers had to alight from the vehicle to take fresh air while the driver and conductor tried to fix a vehicle they should have abandoned long ago. It was almost dark at this point and sought refuge under buses passing by. As I heard my last destination called, I didn't hesitate to jump in. Then, as usual, Lagos rush hour will always hit different. The traffic was so exhausting that I found myself in a bumper-to-bumper situation. Then the driver decides he wants to be him, the one with oil on his head, the untouchable, the unquestionable boss of all bosses, and takes turn into a restricted lane and starts following the one way. Ignoring the advice of his passenger, he continued down the path, not knowing we were tailed by policemen who honked and put on siren to order the vehicle to stop. After the bus stopped, we experienced the conductor take off like he was chased by a lion, while the police officer came to the side of the driver and delivered a deafening slap that would have his ears ringing for days. He was hijacked out of the bus, and all passengers were asked to alight as they were impounding the vehicle with immediate effect. I cried that day.
Really,
let me catch my breath, please.
Because this guy is a character. I love the use of language. It makes it really exciting to me. There's this part where he said, body odor of a man who has never seen deodorant. For me, I think this is really poetic, at the same time very, very comical, because this man has he's implying this man has never used deodorant because he has never seen it. Do you get? So this is funny to me when I read it. So body odor of a man who has never seen deodorant. That's really funny. Some words this guy used, like outnumbered. I'm like, what? Outnumbered my body spray. How did he say it? Something like that, right? At what part?
The Axe body spray was outnumbered in the bus, and I was irritated. Is that what you're trying to remember?
Yeah, I found it. Yeah, it is really graphic because the word outnumbered, it paints a picture of like his body spray and every other body odor in the bus, fighting and all that. It's just really, really exciting. This guy is an interesting writer. I love this story. This story experience is like Lagosian, proper Lagosian.
This is the one you would like. Toby, you frozen now? Or is it my network? Mr. Toby,
that makes it really.
I can hear you now. You were frozen for a bit.
I think network messed up for.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Good.
I was talking about the line where he said he wore his favorite white shirt, not knowing he's in for a colorful day. That is very graphic, honestly.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Honestly, I think it's really interesting the fact that here doesn't exactly mean something bad. Colorful day, very, very bad. But this guy is a good writer. However, my only was reservation about the story is the fact that he failed to use the right punctuations. And personally, for me, if I'm reading something and the punctuations are off, it throws me off guard. Like I start scrambling and just do a lot of things. I think that's the only thing this guy had done better. This guy would make a really good writer, interesting writer, if it takes into consideration like punctuations. Punctuations go a long way. Please, I beg. But I'm going to give you a story, a 7, because it's really interesting. But the other marks I've taken into account.
7, really? That's not fair. Okay, I'm guessing because of the punctuations, as you said. Yeah. But I would give him a solid 8.
A solid 8. Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I really enjoyed it. I like the part where he said, then the driver decides he wants to be him, the one with the oil on his head, the untouchable, the unquestionable boss of all bosses.
Hey God.
Yeah, like I really like the use of words and how descriptive he was.
You know, I don't know this person. I've never seen this person's face before, but I feel like this person might be the kind of person that would be very, very expressive when talking. I feel like this person would be very expressive, very big gestures and hand movements and facial expressions and all that, because this is very, very graphic. It says so much. You know, this story is very long. This is about 2 pages. I'm trying to do a word.
Well, but if you okay, what did you say?
Do you know how many words are there in this story?
No, I do not. Sabi, do you want to help?
I'm trying to check. This is open on my PC. I can't find the what's it called. Anyways, it's a lot. It's a long story, but it's cool. Maybe I'll do 7.5. Right, 7.5 is fair.
So you're changing your mind.
That's not enough is fair, but it's a great story. It's a really, really great story, and I can relate to this because I usually make a joke about this, that if you're going anywhere in Lagos, it's a day journey. It's a day journey. Anywhere you're going to in Lagos, especially if the place is a distance away, just know that you're spending your entire day, most of your day on. So let's say where you're going, you're spending about 1 or 2 hours. The other time, it will be on the road. You're going to be on the road for a long time, and it's a very no to wear white. No, don't do it. Except you're going in a ride.
Yeah, but you're going to jump buses. It's not a good idea at all.
Yeah, in Lagos, no. It's not a good idea. Especially when it's raining. You know, there are drivers in Lagos and there are drivers. There are people who belong to Fast and Furious saga. And when they are driving in Lagos, they will splash anything and everything on the road on you. So driving to splash water on you, maybe race too much on the street and you have water on the expressway splashing on your body. You might get more than a bath that day. But this is very relatable, very exciting story. I like it.
Have you experienced any of? I think he mentioned like maybe three weird or like experiences. Have you ever like encountered or like had such experience since you've been here, or since like in Lagos basically?
The like one I know.
Being in like like having to queue for a long time for fuel in the bus, stuff like that. Like, have you?
That is a rite of passage in Lagos commuting. It's a rite of passage in Lagos commuting. You will always have to experience the driver stopping to get fuel at any point in time. You will always have to stop. And interestingly, people will always be riled up. I mean, the passengers, they will always be riled up and they will say a lot of things. But guess what? You can learn character building from conductors, because these conductors will act like they are deaf to your cries and they cannot hear you. Yeah. So they will act like they're not hearing you. They will go and buy the food, get back into the bus and continue driving. So I've experienced that quite a number of times. The other one about 1 week, I think there was one time this exact same thing happened where the driver went through a wrong way and got stopped by the police. And guess what? Everybody came down. I mean, all passengers, we all came down. Some of us collected me back. Some of us didn't even bother. We just went our way and went about our lives, and that was it. But I don't know where they get their
because if you want to wait there, it's going to take. They're just going to waste your time. If you want to wait and hope that.
It's not a fight you want to win. It's not a fight you are going to win. Just let it go. Even if you've paid your transportation fare, just let it go. Just leave it. Leave it for God and face your nation. Very, very. Yeah. So we have an honorable mention. Our major story for this episode is Danfo Ride from Hell. By the way, that was hell because that guy went through a lot. So sorry, Dre. I hope you've not been traumatized too much not to use public transport anymore. But not everybody will be able to like keep up with taxis and everything like that. So let's do this honorable mention. Should I read it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this one is called Corper and Change Palava by Veronica Blessing. So it goes like this. This morning while going for CDS, I was so annoyed because of the hike in transportation cost. And as a corper with 33K allowance, the alawi was not even enough to sustain me for a month, talk more of spending it on transport. With the anger in me, I took a bus going to Ikeja along for 500 something. I was supposed to carry for 300 or less on a normal day, but because it was my general CDS, I couldn't afford to miss it, or else I may be served a query. Throughout the journey to the local government, I was just lamenting to a friend on phone how everything is freaking expensive, coupled with the scarcity of fuel going on, and Nigerians choose to kill themselves on whiskey and Davido tweets. Anyways, that's another story for another day. I finished my CDS and went to the mall for a little merriment as per Corper, we just collect alawi. Make we do small dorime because the bills go chop to minimum. Hey God. That was how I entered this unfortunate Korokwe bus going back home after all the merriment. Tell me, by the way, if you don't know Korokwe buses, there are these very, very small buses in Lagos. Tell me why this driver gave me a ton 100 naira as change after giving him a new note, mint for that matter. If the change was old and in a good shape, Shebia would have collected it and went my way. But no, he gave me ton notes that it's only at the first station that I can spend it, or probably at night by the suya stand. By the way, what is with people and bad currency notes and suya stand? What is going on there? I don't understand. Is it like suya people dance? They just collect it.
I actually don't understand it as well.
I'm getting Sabi tips can explain that to us. They don't have, because obviously you have experience with suya. They don't have standards. These suya people, they just collect what sort of money from people. Anyway, I politely told the weary driver to change it for me, that the money is not good, highlighting the fact that I gave him new money. This man refused though and wanted to take me to another bus stop. That was how I activated the Agbero in me. I know
you like this.
If you did not change it, I won't leave. No. This is giving me joy. Veronica is giving me joy. This is a Lagosian right here.
Oh wow! Ouch!
So it's a almost drama on top. Say I don't want to collect ATM money. He wanted to drag me. That was how I took all his money forcefully from him, and took another 100 naira and threw the rest at him. That was how he came down from the bus and locked my round neck, my white round neck, that I'm a thief and that I took his 1.5. And so I begin shout to say, if you touch me, I will report him to government. Before you know it, a crowd gathered, but thank God as per government picking, everyone was supporting me after hearing my own side of the story. I was ready to drag this driver to the underworld, if not for the passers-by that came and separated us. Veronica, who are you? Explain to us, please. I don't understand this underworld part. I don't get it. But anyway, me that was cuckoo frustrated before. Long story short, the Agbero in that area said I should not give him money. I should not give him any money. That's why will he own government property like that? So in this case, it's the government property that I'm not even supposed to pay on a normal day. And that was how I left without giving him a dime. And they made sure that he did not come near me till I entered bike going to my house. Veronica, first of all, I have questions. Right? Where exactly did you grow up in Lagos? I would like to know, because I think that might have so much to do with
Great question.
your inward Agbero personality. And also, this part about underworld, please explain to us. What can you tell us about the underworld? I would like to know, because I don't understand how you want to drag someone to the underworld.
I think she was trying to imply that she will show him shaggy.
I get it, but underworld is quite serious. That's a serious effect. Anyways, this is an interesting story from me. I think I'm in love with Veronica already. I think that my only check right now, keeping me from falling totally in love with Veronica, is this underworld thing. So we're just going to keep it at that, because I don't understand. But this is a really nice story. What do you think?
Yes, I really enjoyed it because it was fun. And you know, when you're talking about, say, underworld is very
Yeah, it's
when you're talking about, like, it has all the spices, the maggi, everything, all the spices you need to make the story. Yeah, so I really enjoy it. And she had that, when you're gisting your friend, that's how she wrote, and I really love that.
Yeah. Veronica was giving me the chitty-chatty Nigerian Lagosian vibe and all that. She is really a Lagosian, I can tell for a fact. However, Veronica, one thing I'm going to say about your writing also is the punctuation. It's not really 100%. Regardless of the what's it called? The Nigerian angle to the storytelling. I feel like you can still find a way to, like, punctuate rightly, and people will still enjoy the story with everything you've written. Because for me, punctuation is a deal. I think it makes it easy. It makes even the inside jokes more interesting, especially for people who read with punctuations, because they can pause at some points, they can follow through at some points. So please watch your punctuation. It's really interesting. But regardless, I will give you I will give Veronica 8 out of 10.
Fair enough. Same.
8 out of 10. But it's an honorable mention, right? So yeah. But this is very interesting though.
But, like, wasn't she scared? When the guy even locked her shirt, she wasn't scared that he was going to slap her or something. Like, how wasn't she scared?
Dang. She's from the underworld. She said it. She's not scared of anything. She's not scared of anything.
I feel like because she's also close to a house, because when you know you're in your area, like, your area people will show up for you. Because no.
I guess so. If people were not there, I'm so sure that Veronica would have sunk her fangs into this conductor. Just bite the man and suck his blood, since Veronica is from the underworld. This story is a really relatable one. I think that
we lost you for a bit.
Oh, you lost me for a bit. So sorry about that. Network. I think it's network. But you can hear me now.
Yes, I can.
Judging by Nigerian elements, this is a very good story. However, I'm sure, this is in Nigerian context. Other people out of the country might not even understand what a Danfo is. So I understand that we're talking about the Nigerian context. So I guess I will let it slide. But what I wanted to say was, in the international setting or international context, we should be able to write a story that anybody can relate to, regardless of the local essence of the story. And when I mean local, I do not mean it in a derogatory term. I mean like in the regional space. So, but this is an interesting story. I 100% love it. Veronica, well done.
Well done, well done, well done. So I think we have come to the end of today's show. Yes. And I would say both the stories we had today were really good.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So
really
well done, guys.
I'm sure Sabitip will identify with Veronica. Sabitip, I think Sabit doesn't like to pay transportation fare anywhere. So I'm sure maybe they're related. Sabi and Veronica are related, but that's by the way. Anyways, follow us on all Underworld Gang. I said it. And follow us on all social media platforms. Creative Kloud Hub. Follow me on Instagram, TobyDaniels_.
And Dezain, THE.ZAEN on Instagram as well.
Yes, please let us know what you think about the stories. Leave your comments in the comment section. Tag us in your review about the stories, what you think about them. We'll love to hear. And make sure to make entries, when we put out prompts and stuff like that, so that we can share your stories, talk about them, and possibly you could win some amazing prizes from us talking about the stories. So yeah, until next time, have a great one.
Bye. Bye, TobyDaniels.
Bye, Zay. Bye, Sabi.
Bye, Sabi.